So I've been contacted by a firm called Sofirn, and they said they wanted to send me a torch.
All right.
I thought, that's great, I could do with a new torch.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I said, okay, yeah. So I've been sent this torch. I'm not being paid to say anything about it. The video's not sponsored by them. They sent me a torch. I thought I'd have a look at it and I'll let you know what I thought of it. Okay, so that seemed reasonable.
Is it in there?
It's in this box. Shall we have a look?
Yeah.
A confession here, I have been in this box before, so
Well, yeah.
yeah, I did have a look. And I did charge it up, but let me show you what the box comes with. This is where you struggle to get it out of the box. So in the box, there's a manual.
All right.
Okay, there's a charge lead. It's a USB-C charge lead, which is good to see. USB-C to USB-A charge lead. There's a, what do they call them, a lanyard. What did you used to call these? You used to call them lanterns.
Lantern, yeah.
It's a lanyard.
Yeah.
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 And you get the torch itself. So it's quite a chunky thing. It's, I'll show you. It's that big, or that big. And inside, if you unscrew the top unscrews. And you get, there's a little, it came with a little thing to stop the battery being used, that just to insulate the battery. So you take that out and you can screw the top back on. It actually feels quite a solid little thing. It's made out of what do they call it, aircraft grade aluminium, so it is quite strong. It's got a little clip, you could put it on your jacket pocket, I guess, or belt pocket, I suppose. It's quite a stiff little clip. It's got a USB charging socket there, which is covered up by a bit of rubber. That feels quite good. It's waterproof to, I'm told, as long as you
come on there.
Oh, yeah. Oh yes, come on. I'll switch it off for a minute.
To save that, didn't you, for a bit?
Yeah, save that. It's waterproof to 3 meters. Oh, I've done it again, switched it on. There we go. Switch it off. And just make sure, assuming that you've got the rubber plug in.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's, oh blimey, IP6X, I think they said, waterproof. So I think it's alright if you drop it in a puddle or something like that. I don't think you should go diving with it. This bit also unscrews. And that comes off. Quite solid connectors in the back there. It does actually feel like a really solid spring, that. And it's got like rubber O-rings here to seal it when as you tighten it up. You tighten it up. And also in this packet of the lanyards there are some spare, I'm told there are some spare O-rings as well, so if you do damage them you've got some spare ones. So it's quite a nice little package. What do you think?
Yeah, it's lightish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels nice in your hand.
It feels solid, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels like, you know, you have too big a torch and it's sort of moving about and everything. Now that feels, yeah, no, it's quite nice.
So a torch is a torch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this has got a operating system with it, or more correctly, it's got a UI. It's got something called an Anduril UI. Now, I had to look up what that meant. An Anduril is one of the swords used in the Lord of the Rings.
Is it?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
So the operating system, the UI, is named after that. And what the UI does is how many presses and clicks you put on this. So to switch it on, you press on it and it comes on. As you can see, it's on.
Yeah.
If you press and hold it, it gets brighter.
God, it's bright.
And it gets really, really bright. I try not to shine it at the camera. Press and hold on it again and it gets dimmer, so you can dim it down. So it's really useful if you leave it on a low setting and you find it's not enough, press and hold and it comes back up. Okay, and switch it off, you just press once and it's off. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a couple of little green indicators that indicate it's charged up.
Right.
You with me so far?
I'm with you so far, yeah, yeah.
So it comes with a nice little manual. As I said, have you ever had a manual for a torch? Because I've never had a manual with a torch.
I don't remember having one.
No. And there's a diagram in there that explains how it works and the things you can do. And I had to write all this down.
Turn the light on.
Yeah.
Single click the button.
Yeah.
The SC31 Pro turns on.
Yeah.
Using the previously used light output level.
Yeah.
M.
So
MEM memory, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it remembers you last had it
That's
on.
it.
So
Yeah.
you've got to be a little bit careful if you've had it on full whack, haven't you?
Yeah.
And then it says ramp up and down.
Yeah.
Hold the button to make it brighter.
Yeah.
Release button briefly and hold again to make it dimmer.
There we go. And then release and hold, and it goes dimmer again. Yep.
Yeah. So that's the default
Behaviour. Yeah. And there is a stepped ramp that you can change to, and what you do, you click it 3 times whilst the light's on.
Well, it says you.
There. Let me illuminate it for
right.
you. Yeah.
Click 3 times while the light is on.
Yeah.
If you use 3 clicks from off, you engage battery check.
Okay, so 3 clicks whilst it's on. 1, 2, 3, and it's now on the stepped mode. So presumably, if you hold it, it now goes whoop 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 in steps.
Oh right.
And then to switch it off, press 3 clicks. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Single click, it says turn off.
Oh, single click to turn off, but to switch it back to
normal mode.
Yeah, that's in step mode. So how do I get out of step mode?
Don't know.
That's off.
I think I don't know. It just got.
So press 3 and do it to turn. To ramp up and down. You hold the button to make it brighter. Step using this UI does not ramp. Step ramp, and it goes from one mode to the other. Use the next. All operations, smooth that. It's on 3 clicks to switch it. We've used 3 clicks from off, so you have to have it on. So 1, 2, 3, and it's back in. No. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's back in ramps mode. Okay. Right. There's quite a lot in this manual.
There is.
I'm not going to go through everything. You can hold it, like I said, up and down. 3 clicks is the battery check. So if I do, is that 3 clicks from off? So 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 1. So, oh, it's going again. Two, 3, 4, 1. So that's 4.1. I read that. So it does 4 flashes, then 1, and that's the battery check. So it's 4.1 volts.
Right.
Okay. 3 fast clicks, and it goes into blinky mode. And it's blinking.
Blinking over there, isn't it? I wonder what we're doing in here.
And that's still in. Double click to change from battery check. So double click, and that's battery check. Double click, and that's sunset. So it's flashing. That's the beacon mode. And I'll double click it again, and it does a temperature check. So it's reading out the temperature now. You can't really believe it.
You could count how many.
Yeah. So click, click, hold. That's in a strobe mode. And then you're back to normal just by holding it.
Wouldn't mind it being in candle mode.
Candle mode. So 3 fast clicks, double click to change for it. Click, click, hold gives you strobe mode. So click, click, hold, Hang on, I don't think I did that fast enough. Click, click, hold, and then.
Oh, that looks like a candle. That did just then.
So is it sort of? Yeah, sort of got a wobbly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can put it sort of like that, and it looks a bit like a candle. I think if you put like a shade over it,
you'd feel like you got a candle.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's sort of
It's sort
flickering.
of doing it on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a bike flasher, so double click for that. Click, click. And that's if you're riding a bike. Yeah, you see the bike's going along. So you can attach it to your bike and use it as a bike flasher. Click, click. And it's got a party lights.
Oh God, I don't like that.
No, I don't like that.
No.
Click, click.
Oh.
Tactical strobe. Click, click.
Oh no.
And this is lightning. And switch it off. So 4 clicks and it disables the thing, and the idea of that is you don't actually accidentally switch it on whilst you're carrying it. I think it's a really good idea.
Yeah.
5 clicks and you can go into a Morse code mode. So see if I can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it flashes. So you can go dot dot dash dot dot dash dot dot dash. I'll probably have a fire engine turning up.
Oh no, yeah.
And 6 clicks and it goes in what they call muggle mode. So it's like Harry Potter. If you're a muggle and I didn't trust you with it,
yeah,
I can put it in 6 clicks, and it limits the intensity of the beam. Now the thing about this is this light goes very bright. So I think I'm going to have to read the manual a bit more, because I couldn't figure out how to get out of the mode. So in the end I resorted to unscrewing the battery at the end and got into the mode. I think the point is that this torch can do an awful lot.
Apart from being a torch.
Well, no, it does that as well.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, what I mean is it can do a lot of extra things apart from just being a torch.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's
right?
fair to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's a fantastic little torch. Amazing, really, that there's all that packed into something that costs £30-something, £36, I think it was. And it feels quite a solid thing. So, you know, if you can figure out how to get out of Morse code mode,
yeah,
maybe I need to come back to this and revisit it.
Yeah, yeah. But as a torch,
it feels fantastic.
It feels fantastic.
And it's an ideal size for a motorhome. It's something you can use. And I was thinking, you know, how would I use it? I mean, it's probably if you're, you know, in a cupboard somewhere and you want to, you know, you want to examine a cupboard. It's a really bright light. You know, if you're searching around underneath your lockers or under your van, so checking where that leak is or whatever, that's a perfect thing for doing that.
I'm trying to find your barrier key.
Oh yeah, trying to find, ideal for finding barrier keys that you've lost down the back of the sofa.
Right, yeah, spotted it straight away, wouldn't you?
But I'm sort of, you know, taken back by how much they've built into this blooming thing. The other thing you can do apparently is you can turn it all around. So you've got the tube there, you take that end off, and you can turn that on that end and put that on that end if you turn the battery round.
Can you? Right, okay.
Well, why you do that I don't know, but
you could do that for ages, couldn't you?
Yeah, but I'm very impressed with it, don't get me wrong. It's just I think I've never needed to read a manual to
operate a torch.
No, but
to be fair, you've never had a torch that can do all these different modes. You've only had a torch that just had a light.
Yeah. So I think what I'll do is I'll get you to read all of the manual.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And what I will do is I will have a look at this, and we'll be using it over the next couple of weeks and see what we think of it.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's hard to be serious when a torch talks about muggle mode.
Oh no. No. Yeah.
So I'll catch up with you later.
Yep.
Right, so I've had this little torch for 2 weeks now, and So what do I think of it? I think on the plus side, it's got an absolutely amazing battery life. Like I say, I charged it up 2 weeks ago and I haven't charged it since. I've been using it on and off. I've been doing a little bit of decorating, been using that to sort of figure out the bits I've missed where I've painted. But I did like a longer term test. I switched it on and left it on, I guess, a little bit like medium, you know, not the strongest, what's the word? Not the strongest beam. And I left it on for 4.5 hours, and you can do a battery check on it, and it went from 4.1 volts to 3.5 volts, but it's still got plenty of life in it. That was last Sunday, and it's still all right. So I don't know when it's going to run out of battery. I'll probably charge it up anyway, but it feels you can see I've got a little bit of paint on it, proof I've been using it for the decorating. It feels like a really well-made torch. It's got like cooling fins on it as well, and yeah, it feels really solid. I love the fact that it's rechargeable. The more things I think are rechargeable, the better for the planet, I suppose. But it also means you're not forever looking for batteries, and you can charge this up before you go on holiday. You know, however long your holiday is, it'll probably still be okay to use. It's really useful just to put in your pocket. You can put it in your pocket, you put it in a bag, and it doesn't take up much room. I think I probably would use it actually if I ever get round to reviewing motorhomes again, you know, just looking in cupboards or something like that. It's just really useful, just sort of looking under, you know, looking under cupboards or looking under lockers and that sort of thing. The other place I'll probably use it is when I'm going around castles and priories or that sort of thing, because quite often those places are quite dark. But I suppose the sort of the reason for this torch is really for people who are on hikes and walks and camping in the outdoors, is that you've got these beacon modes and the Morse code flashing mode. So, you know, it probably could save a life. As for using it in a motorhome, you could probably take it with you on walks. You never know when you're going to need a torch, and it's just it sounds like I'm being paid to say this, but I really like this torch. It's one of the, you know, things that we've been sent that I really like. I don't want to go too mad on it, but just a brilliant little thing. So what are the downsides? It's probably the only torch that I needed a manual to read before I knew how to use it. Alright, you can switch it on and you can switch it off, but you know, pressing it twice, double clicking, treble clicking, you really need to keep a set of instructions on your phone or something like that. I think what I'll do is I'll put my summary of some of the main modes on the screen about here, so you can have a look at that, and perhaps if you want to press pause then you can see that. The other thing is that it actually needs to be calibrated, would you believe? There's quite a complex way of calibrating it. You have to calibrate it for its temperature. When I checked the temperature it was calibrated for, it was actually 44 degrees centigrade, which meant that this torch thought it was 44 degrees centigrade. It has a thermal sort of cutout, so many degrees above that, and you have to recalibrate it. I recalibrated it to 21 degrees and then some, I think 25 degrees after that, so that it shouldn't overheat. Shouldn't have to do that really. I mean, it would be sensible if they'd sent it out calibrated perhaps at 21, 22 degrees or even 16 degrees, but not 44 degrees. So it's just, yeah, it's just one of those little annoying things. But that said, I still think it's a brilliant torch. Would I buy it if I had to buy it? If I knew what it did, I think I would buy it. If you saw it and you thought £36, it's a torch, it goes on and off and, you know, does all these things, you probably wouldn't. You probably would think, oh no. I think it's only when you see, you know, what these torches can do, all the different modes. I know we took the mickey out of some of the modes, but I think the most useful thing is the Morse code mode and possibly the beacon mode. But the fact that you can vary You can step it up or you can ramp it down. No different. And that's really useful, because you don't always need all the power, do you, all the time. Let me know if you think this is a good idea, this is a good torch. Is it something you'd buy for the motorhome or caravan? I know I would. Anyway, so that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe, hit the notifications icon, and you'll get updates when I review another torch. No, seriously, hopefully we'll be reviewing something else. But we'll see you soon. Bye then. Oops. Come on in.